Hey, Spoken Stormer, or Demons Alliance. It's me, Spoken here. In this video, I am doing another Dragons video, and this is the 7 Deadly Sins of Dragons. And for the record, I got a book called the Dracopedia, and I used it to come up with some names for these dragons. Well, hope y'all enjoy. Let's get into the video. Okay, the first dragon we're looking at today is a dragon known as Wrath Sin Dragon, or just Wrath Dragon. This dragon is one of the 7 deadly sins, basically versioned as a dragon. It is pretty aggressive for a full-fledged dragon, and it is known to not really breathe fire, but it actually is covered and riddled in spikes, and it's known to have violent outbursts, and when it just destroys entire cities and built in areas, and just in general, these things are vicious creatures. The wings are even coated in spikes. The only place I can really tell you to aim is gotta be the the front part, because where the wings and the legs are, front legs are not really covered in spikes, on the count that it could end up injuring the wings. So, aim there, possibly shoot out the wings. The wings are very fragile, but they're incredibly, don't know how, but they're incredibly durable, but yet very fragile at the same time. So, that's there. So, basically just shoot the thing. Now, I have actually I bought one of each of these, and trust me, each of these things are having their own challenge. This dragon is very aggressive, like I stated, but in my fight, I had to get a enchanted military suit out. Ugh, that suit was a pain in the arse to get. I actually had to buy it off from the black market. Not my proudest moment, but hey, magic, and I had to magically enhance the thing myself. Now, using that suit, I managed to, with the help of my dragon, I managed to get the head of the thing. The thing is huge. Wingspan is about around, I want to say these are all the same size, but this one's a smaller version because it's still like only 500 years old. This dragon had a wingspan of around 50 feet, so around a full length about 60 feet. The thing weighs a few tons. Let's get to the next dragon, shall we? Now, this one is not really that of a dragon, but drakes are classified as a dragon. This dragon is known in the scientific community as Sloth Sin Drake, or just simply the Sloth Sin, Sloth Drake. These dragons have incredibly thick hides, like the what was that name of that dragon? I forget these names of these dragons. I've researched so many. Oh yeah, the Shield Dragon. They're durable enough to make shields, but not as durable as the Shield Dragon's hide. The reason why they're called Sloth Dragons is because you can easily just find them just lazily, dreary-eyed wandering around. When things are fully awake, though, they're ravenous creatures. They eat like there's no tomorrow, and that makes them mistaken for the Gluttony Dragon at times. Gluttony Drake, I mean. But those two are completely different creatures. We'll explore the next one, the Gluttony Dragon, a bit. This dragon, when I had to fight it, I really didn't even need the armor, but I found the thing while I was sleeping in its hole, in its cave, about a few hundred miles south of my, I'm going to say about 50 miles. Yeah, 50 miles from my actual home. My home is about 100 acres. I have a lot of buildings, okay? Magical Workshop being one of them. Well, anyways, the thing then was easy to find. Giant drag marks of its stomach. When I walked in, I realized that the thing was riddled and spiked on the back, and the thick hide was actually really thick, but still the fat belly. That was the easiest place to hit. The fat belly was on the count that it ate so much and it was so lazy, and from its rubbing, it was so raw. I just used a regular, non-enchanted Bowie knife, sliced the thing right open, bled out. I literally then had the entire thing stuffed. And it's now in my trophy building. Hey, caramba. That thing's an ugly motherfucker. Let's get to the next dragon, shall we? Now, this one is the Pit Gluttony Drake, or Gluttony Drake. These drakes are very closely related to the Sloth Drake, but these drakes are known to eat and eat and eat and eat and eat. They are mistaken for the Sloth Dragon. They're lazy at times when they're full, but these dragons are usually not full at all. Their metabolism is very high, so they eat so much for like maybe weeks on end. And this one was eating some rancher's cattle so much. So when he hired me, I found the thing actually eating a live cow. No, that was a lot of blood. These dragons all have mouths all over their body. Literally, their feet are little mouths. When I finally killed the thing by shoving explosives in its mouth, I realized that these mouths are actual mouths. Their esophagus literally leads directly to the stomach. It was ugly. The only reason why I had the thing stuffed is just, it's so disgusting. I had the innards taken out and then had it basically remolded. I have the organic stuff actually in the same room in suspended animation. That stuff is ugly. Really disturbing. The full skin is stuffed. Let's get to the next dragon, shall we? This one is known as actually a wyvern. These wyverns are known as envy sin wyverns, or envy wyverns. Wyverns are, like already discussed, are known as lesser drakes. But these things are aggressive, like all wyverns. But these things take it up to a whole other level. Sorry about that. Their tails are venomous, yes. But they're more or less made for grabbing, on the count that they are 3 long. The tail are actually 3 long claws that can close in. They are able to inject venom, but that's only when it's eating prey. These dragons are known to be envious and always stare at drakes and actual dragons. Hence their name, Envy Wyvern. They want to be, from the ones that are been tamed by a few people who are envious of some people, but do have some of their own self-recognition, hey, I can do so much some people can't. The ones I've been able to study, they all have 3 irises on one of their eyes. Their tongue is that of like a frog meant for grabbing. Their wings are weird. They have like little hand claws at the end of them. And their feet, like I was saying, these dragons, they are aggressive. And they do take it up to extremes. The one I had to fight, really just chopped off things and had it stuffed. Nothing really special. Also, I still have the tail. I use that as a whip. It's impressive, trust me. Now, they are aggressive, but they're fairly weak. They mostly rely on their speed of being a wyvern. They live to be around, well, they have wingspan of 30 feet, and their length is actually only about 15 feet. These dragons are known to just be hostile toward anyone, but the ones that are tamed are relatively nice and friendly, which is quite weird. Well, this one I had to fight went like this. Found the thing. It was trying to get its hands on some dragon scales, because, envious. So, I killed the thing. Relatively easy job. Just had to dodge that tail quite a bit. Nearly got stuck by it. Like it had the anti-venom on me. Let's get to the next dragon, shall we? Now, this dragon is the Shin'en Dragon, or Greed Dragon. These dragons are closely related to the Envy Wyvern, but they are fairly simple dragons. Fairly weak, but they are relatively smaller. Wingspan stretching around 50 feet, full body length about 60 feet. Their tail is 3-pronged, but it's mostly just there to be claws. They are known to have some of the most gold and jewels of any other dragon. They are even known to have golden plating at times. And trust me, that is actually really impressive, because it's quite rare. They mostly just have this stuff hiding in their caves. Their tongue is sticky, but it's mostly like weirdly electromagnet, like to bring gold toward them. They have 3 horns on their tongue, 3 horns on their head, and their eyes that like an oval that has a split through it. Never really understand it, but from what I can tell, it looks like a cent sign or like a dollar sign. More like closer to a cent sign. Just showing how greedy these things are. The one I killed, also, they have an extra claw besides the 3 claws in their legs. That extra claw is in there to actually get a better grip on their treasure. The one I killed was a fully grown 1,000-year-old one. Killed the thing, had it stuffed. I pay, coincidentally enough, I used the thing's own gold to pay for the stuffing. Let's get to the next one, shall we? Now, these dragons are full of pride. They crumble. Ugh, they're annoying. They are relatively big dragons. Oh, also, forgot to mention the name. The name is Shin'en Dragon, or Pride Dragon. Like I said, these things are prideful, like they're noble, not to be quite ugly. Their big legs, their big forearms and forelegs, are mainly just there because they think they're so high and mighty. Sorry about that. They are fairly weak, but they are incredibly skilled fighters. That's what makes them think they're so powerful, because they managed to take down at least a 500-year-old Wrath Dragon at their best. But they are known to have silver tongues. They can even speak common, which is English, which makes them pretty dangerous dragons themselves. No one really knows why their forms are so big. Other than that, they're all around just a simple dragon. Except for the little claw-like protrusion from that forearm on front and back legs. It's quite weird. The one I had to fight was a 2,000-year-old one. These dragons, I've seen that the forearms are actually very powerful. They're known to slam their forearms to knock out. That's what it tried to do to me. I managed to see that coming and dodged it. Sliced that leg right off. Very brittle bones. And count that they're fairly light dragons, but still, they weigh half a ton. I had the things. The killing blow was that literally just chopped off the thing's head. Fairly standard to kill a dragon like that. Now, to have it stuffed was quite weird. These dragons don't really have anything inside them. They have the standard respiratory and all that, but most dragons have some type of breathing ability. These dragons don't. But yet again, they are known to cast fire attacks, which is weird. Then, going into their hands, I realized these things have magical glands. Magical glands are that of glands for dragons. They're like little orifices, not really orifices, but like little pockets full of magical energy in dragons. Most dragons don't have these, but dragons like the Shin'en Dragon have them, and they count that they're really small dragons. Well, let's get to the next dragon, shall we? Now, this one is one of the weirdest ones. This dragon is known to emit a nauseous aroma, and it's known to make people hallucinate, thinking it's like a very attractive naked woman they see, or whatever their sexuality is. This one, when you have a breathing mask on, you can see its true form. It's that of a dragon. It's not really a dragon, it's actually a Dragonette. Weirdly enough, these things are actually used quite commonly in races in order to win. These dragons look like they're wearing lingerie. It's weird. But in the wild, they are known to eat humans. But while trained, but when they're trained, they're mostly fed pretty big animals. They are small dragons, but they do eat quite a bit in order to get their nauseous aroma going. So usually even the tail has a little bit of lingerie. But it's really just scaly like armor. Their regular skin is soft to the touch. But this stuff is fairly durable. So, yeah. I actually had to put down one of these things, but it was rabid. Not really understood how dragons get rabies. It's a weird thing. Just burn the thing. Just chopped off its head after setting it on fire. Fire didn't really do jack squat to it. Scorched it a little bit. Chop off the thing's head. I actually had skinned in the lingerie. Actually just sitting there on my wall. Don't really know why I had that done. Well, that's all the dragons for today. Until next time, peace out. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Subscribe to Join Spike Astronomy or Demons Alliance. Goodbye and peace out.